One eternity later.
I have a feeling that Oda knew about the theory that Onigashima could be turned into a giant rubber island due to Luffy's awakening, and his editors told him that, and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I will just rather have Luffy have the biggest and most disturbing fist in the entire series, and it kinda reminded me of the end fight with Doflamingo and him. At the face of Kaido at the end, he was like, oh man, I really fucked up now. Luffy's fist was huge, but it was even bigger, or as big as the entire island of Onigashima, which means from now on, with his awakening at Gear 5, Luffy is an island buster. He can destroy islands with that. Get that in your minds for a second, please. One Piece chapter 1047 is out, and it is called The Capital Sky, or the sky above the flower capital. We start off the chapter with Yamato, and she's still begging Momonosuke to create flame clouds, but he says, no, I cannot. And this triggers a flashback. And in the flashback we can see Oda and castle burning, and even then when Toki told Momonosuke, hey, you have to go into the future, he did the exact same thing. He said, no, I cannot do that, I can't go. We also got the main OG of the scabbard, which is Kinemon, and he was even telling Momonosuke, hey, you are no longer a child, your father has passed away, he saved us with his own life, he sacrificed himself, but now you are no longer a child, you have to accept everything that is now told and that is said by your mother. You have to go to the future, you have to take the responsibility. It's kind of rough for a kid because he's still 8 years old. He was 8 years old still at that time. It is a lot to overcome. Imagine you are 8 years old and you are from a royal family and your father, your parents die, and then out of nowhere you have all the responsibility and you have to take care of that. So it's like shit. However, in the flashback we can also see that Momonosuke, after crying a lot, he got a little bit of courage and he was like, okay mother, please send me into the future, I will take care of things. And with this now, Momonosuke is now getting again his courage back, and he's like, okay Onigashima, stop it, stop reaching the flower capital. And cool thing was, we could see that Onigashima is now very near to the flower capital, but it also, I think it also now reached the mainland. It is no longer above sea level, so there's no longer water below them. We switch back to the fight with Kaido and Luffy, because in the last chapter at the end, Luffy grabbed the lightning, he grabbed the thunder, and he was like Zeus in the sky. It was like the rubber boy who is not affected by lightning and thunder grabbed it this time and transformed himself into Zeus. Kaido is commenting on it, and he's like, what a crazy ability, look at this, what are you doing, you're grabbing thunder, this is not normal. Luffy throws the thunder at Kaido, and the funny zigzag you can see, it looks literally like out of a cartoon, out of Zeus, Hercules or something like that. Kaido dodges that, he dodges that easily, and then he makes a comment which was kinda interesting to see, and Kaido is like, hey, you know what, you do not need a powerful ability, and he talks about devil fruit ability. He's like, you don't need that to conquer the world. And that's why Kaido always knew, hey, even though you do not have a devil fruit ability, if you have strong Haki, you can still do it. Because in the next page he says, and he confirms finally something that was not confirmed a long time, and the guys were speculating and theorizing about it. Goldie Roger himself did not have a devil fruit. Finally confirmed after 25 years. Stop doing theories about that. It was always clear that the Gold Roger did not have a devil fruit, but now it is finally confirmed in this chapter, and Kaido is saying that he was a non-devil fruit user, but he did great things. And then he states, only Haki. Haki exceeds all. And that's why I'm thinking, okay, maybe Rocks and Roger, those guys, you can also put Garb in there, and now Shanks. Those guys have so disturbingly strong Haki that it doesn't matter who's your opponent. But maybe Luffy is the only exception in this entire Devil Fruit abilities case, and maybe Blackbeard's Darkness Fruit. But Luffy's God form Nika Devil Fruit with his mythological Zoan, maybe when he is awakened in his Gear 5, maybe he's the only exception where Haki is not strong enough, is not everything you need to beat him. Maybe Luffy is the only exception. Because at the end of the chapter you can see how shocked Kaido is about that fist, and he's like, shit.
Hi.
Hi.
This is really heavy.
On the other hand, it's like if your Haki is so strong, if your Haki is strong enough, then you could maybe beat every Devil Fruit user there is in the world. But is there a Haki strong enough to counter Luffy's Gear 5? This is the big question. And he did something cool with the lightning. Luffy was punched back, he grabbed onto the lightning and threw himself back. So Luffy used the thunder as a solid base to grab on and to swing himself back to Kaido. Luffy tried to attack Kaido with a Damagomino leg attack, and Kaido clubs Luffy with his Thunder Bagua. We can see Luffy's face got cramped in, and the advanced King's Haki lightnings are coming out of his cramped in face. And due to the attack, he hits the ground, but the ground of course bounces him back because he turns the ground into a rubber due to his awakening. Kaido's Thunder Bagua hits Luffy full on, and we can see his head and how he is spinning and getting affected by it. But then our Mugiwara boy does something interesting. He grabs on Kaido, he is in the sky, and Kaido is like, hey, let me go, let me go. Kaido of course tries to punch him away, get his arm off, but it does not work, and he's like, hey, you are just giving away your location in the sky. And he transforms into his normal dragon form and attacks him with a few slashes, with a few wind slashes in the air. And I was like, wait a second, you could do that with your hybrid form. Why are you doing this now with your normal dragon form? So Luffy is in the sky and Kaido is stating, hey, you are still vulnerable to cuts, right? So I'm gonna cut you with my wind slash attacks. We can see the people in the flower festival. They are now reaching the finale of their festival. We can see also Onigashima being even nearer than before to the flower capital. And the people, they are now in the final part of their festival, and they're like, okay, this is it. Now tomorrow we have to go work as slaves again. They let out the last few minutes of partying, they let out the lanterns into the sky, but what they do not know is that the island is literally next to them. With the next chapter, maybe somebody will see that and will be like, hey, you see that thing there? This is an island, right? Is it nearing us? What the hell is going on? Okay, we have to get out of here. We switch back to the fight, and Luffy still has grabbed on Kaido, and he's like, let go of me, Mugiwara, and Luffy is completely blacked out because he's burnt again due to the ball of breaths of Kaido. Kaido is shooting them at him like a madman, and Luffy gets just angry with him. He's like, stop this madness. We switch back to the inside of the castle of Onigashima. We can see Hyogoro and his samurai, and all of them are just talking about the current case, and they're like, hey, Onigashima is going to fall, and Hyogoro is telling them, okay, you see, we have dragged Kaido into a corner, it seems. So there are two options. Either we still will be alive within the next few minutes and Kaido will win, or Luffy will beat Kaido and Onigashima will fall and all of us will die. But they're like, hey, no worries, man. If Mugiwara beats him and we all die, I can still die happily because my family will be safe. The funny thing is, you can see the reaction of Kid. We see Kid's reaction and he's like, what the hell is wrong with you samurai guys? You still are all about dying? What the hell is going on with you guys? You really want to die? That's the way of the samurai. Even the beast pirates, they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know that we will be dead, alright? We all will be dead. This is not bad for the samurai. They live to die as brave men. But you cannot say that about Usopp, because in the next panel we see Usopp and he's holding ass and he's like, no, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And he's running away. He's the exact opposite of a samurai. But in some point in the story, Usopp needs to have a big turn in life in his character development and needs to be a brave warrior of the seas. But now he is still holding ass. And the water stream from Jinbei and Raizo had now also reached Usopp and Hamlet, and it is now going to flood every floor at Onigashima so the castle stops burning. Which also means that it should reach Orochi and Hiyori at the end. So Orochi has now transformed into his Zoan ability form because the Kairoseki needle is out of his body. We can see Hiyori, she is completely in shock. She's like, uh-oh, what the hell is this? You're now out of this? Yes, but I think before he can do anything to her, the waters will come down, they will crush him away, and he will some way, somehow, at the end of the day, land in front of the capital somewhere where people will see him, and then he will get executed there for the finale. Something like this will happen, if you ask me. And for the finale of this chapter of 1047, Momonosuke heard something and he's looking up with Yamato together. She's also looking up, and the both of them have this completely shocked face and their eyes are popping out and they're looking up, and it's like the next page, the double spread that comes after that is ridiculous.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Luffy, our monkey D. Luffy, has created a fist, a Gomu Gomu no attack, a fist that is so huge it is the exact same size as the island of Onigashima. The exact same size. And Yamato is stating he's going to punch through Onigashima, and I'm like, no Yamato, he's going to obliterate Onigashima with that fist. Luffy is coming down and he's like, yo, Momonosuke, I trust you. You have to move away Onigashima from there so I can punch down Kaido. This is the exact same thing that happened with Doflamingo in Dressrosa, where he used King Kong gun and punched Doflamingo down. If Onigashima gets moved away by Momonosuke in the next chapter and Luffy punches him down, punches Kaido down, Kaido should land at the flower capital. This could be the way, this could be the case how Eiichiro Oda is doing this. Orochi could also land in the same spot where Kaido will land with this punch of Luffy, and the two of them, the two main baddies, will be in the same spot and everybody will see them. Ridiculous is Luffy has covered his fist in Ryo, in his normal Haki and in his advanced King's Haki. And Kaido is just, he looks like he's so in shock, he froze. It looks like in his face he's saying, okay, you know what, I give up. I do not know if I can survive this. This is ridiculous.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
The big question here is, if Luffy punches Kaido with that huge ass fist, will Luffy still have stamina and energy left to continue the fight in the next chapter? And will Kaido, if he eats that fist, will he be still standing afterwards? This is the big question. Maybe Luffy will be down for good and he has no more energy left, and Kaido will be the last man standing. He will still get up, or Luffy will still have a bit of energy left and Kaido is defeated. But nonetheless, this was a great chapter after a week of break. Next week there will also be a break, unfortunately, but no worries. Eiichiro Oda needs his breaks, and I think it is a weekly Shonen Jump break next week. So now it's your turn. Write down in the comments what you thought of the chapter. I think this was ridiculously good after a break, and I can't wait to the finale, to the contact of that fist from Luffy to Kaido. And Luffy is from now on an island buster, confirmed. He's an island buster. This looks like his strongest attack to this date. This looks like Luffy is now capable of obliterating islands. Holy shit. And also the point with Roger and him not being a devil fruit user and only having Haki, and Kaido stating that Haki is the best way to go. You do not need a devil fruit ability. Which is a pretty interesting thought there. Maybe in the end fight, the last big battle of Luffy, maybe Blackbeard with his darkness devil fruit can counter Luffy's Nika Gear 5 form. Maybe this will be the case, and Luffy will need pure Haki to beat up Blackbeard. Maybe it will be kind of something like this, but we will see how Eiichiro Oda will do this. But he still stated in this case, guys, Haki is the way to go. If you don't have a devil fruit, no worries. Can't wait to Luffy to meet up with Shanks and them, the two of them fighting. Let's see how that will end. Gotta catch you guys next time. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let's see how this will continue.
Look at this dude. No.